but I want to come out here and do a quick little vibe check, y'all. We doing a quick little vibe check, and I just wanted to see how y'all was doing. I just got off work a little while ago, and we sipping on some black tea and vanilla chai tea, and yeah, I wanted to do a quick vibe check. Y'all know how I get. And if you don't know, welcome to Erra's Vibes, where the vibe is always lit and forever graceful, forever changing. I be over here, I be over there. I be doing what I be doing. I don't be trying to tailor it to nobody but myself. So sometimes I get kicked out, sometimes I don't. Sometimes people let me be, and sometimes they don't. So we just vibe, and we don't be trying to do nothing but vibe, be who we are, and stand on what we are delivering to the collective at all times. So I'm just here right now. I got like an hour and a half before I have to leave to go pick up my little bae. But I wanted to do a quick little vibe check with y'all and see what comes out for the collective, child. Now, for me personally, I look at the different channels that I have as different vibes. Although it's still Aries vibes, it's different vibes on different channels. So I am expecting it to be tailored to this vibe on this channel where, you know, there's more things that isn't blocked on this channel through my own what I'm interested in and what I'm not interested in versus the other channel. And same with, if I had the ability to go live with the channel I made with my children, it will be definitely different. So I just want to see what comes out on this channel, and we're just vibing. Hello, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. I hope you all are doing good. Hello. Hello, how are you doing today? We're about to do a quick little vibe check with some Kipper and some tarot. And I'm just sitting here. I just got home from work and I'm just like, we should do a quick little vibe check. We should see what comes out for the collective. I had to make some tea. I've been like craving tea so heavy. Like, and it really has been helping me to like not overdo it with the coffee because coffee holds a lot of sugar. Um my name is Briera. Yeah, and I like to party. Yeah, and if you don't believe me, no, I'm just kidding. But anywho, I'm gonna try my best to help. I'm gonna try my best. I just want to pick up on the vibe, y'all. We just gonna see what the vibe is. I'll try my best. I'll pay attention to the comments. I'll pay attention to the comments as much as I can, and I hopefully, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Just be here for the vibe if you're gonna be here because I personally don't like to tailor my messages to anyone specifically. It's just like a feeling. It's just like a energy. It's just of what it is that's going on. It could be very much only about myself. I highly doubt that, but it's definitely for the collective. So, and that's what my intention is, to pick up on the energy and bring the collective's awareness to what they need or what we need to know and what we should be aware of. Okay? So, let's just jump right into it because we really don't have that much time, and I cannot wait to be done with I feel like everyone has a twin flame. Um Now if the person that you are talking about, if she is truly your twin flame, that's something that you have to go through because I feel like it's a whole journey when it comes to the twin flames. And I feel like it's something that should really be cherished. And it's really hard to even understand if someone is truly, because they could be a part of your twin flame journey. So they could come in like they are your twin flame when maybe they're just someone to be positioned just so that it can help bridge a connection that you need to, start to develop or mend when it comes to really getting into a relationship with your true twin flame. So you have to see that for what it is as well. People come into your life for seasons and reasons, and sometimes it's to help or it's to teach, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that they're not, you know who they appear to be, but sometimes they aren't. They're just, it is what it is. So, I would like to first and foremost thank our heavenly parents, mother, father, source of creation, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you all today. This is just going to be a quick vibe check for the collective to bring our awareness to things that we may or may not know we need to be aware of. Okay. Remember, these messages are general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Um, yeah. Because I don't need no help. See, when my angel got oracle readings, I always say, "Oh, I would like to call on the Holy Spirit, my spirit team, to please come to my side to help me with angel got oracle readings." But I don't really need help. So just kind of like I don't need protection either. I got this. But if you want to be here, Holy Spirit and spirit team, you're more than welcome. Just like the people in here right now. Anywho, so we just clearing the energies of the decks and seeing what's about to come out, child. Like I said, I saw some things last night. Well, I honestly, because like I said, I wasn't aware of a lot of things until I was forced to come over here on this channel today. So some of the stuff, it's only the people that I follow that I was seeing stuff and seeing the content that was posted. But once I got on this channel, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was just too much drama. I'm not really good with drama, but you know, we all for it though. So, anyways, yeah, sometimes people are karmics, and that's why it's like, it's really hard to tell. But that's why you gotta allow for the relationship to develop and understand when it's time to move for the exit. Okay, understand when it's time to move for the exit, and not be trying to hold on, like just holding on. Oh, maybe, nah, nah, nah. It's just time to go. But anyways, let's see what comes out. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. Let's see what comes out. Let's see what comes out for the collective. See, I feel like I'm new, like I just got back over here, so I don't even feel comfortable right now. I feel like I'm a little out of place, just like a tiny bit. I'm a tiny bit out of place over here. Hmm. We have despair and imprisonment coming out right away. I feel like I feel like someone might have realized, yeah, that they are more, more chained to something than they thought they were actually, or they, you know. And I don't even know why that's just because that kind of makes a lot of sense that somebody is more free than they have been trying to make it out to be. Just be here with me, okay? Because that's actually really significant. And I feel like it's like a despair type of energy when it comes to the freedom that someone actually does have within a particular relationship, but they try to make it seem like they're on lockdown, like they can't do anything without the next or the other person telling them to do it, or trying to make it seem like they're always controlling something that they are not. But I feel like somebody is in despair because it's being like seen in a certain manner that someone actually isn't controlling anything. They are allowing things to be, and how you show up and how you behave is the freedom, and that's how you want to, with the hopes that it will look like someone has you in some type of imprisonment. That's interesting. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Oh my gosh. Yep. Not with privileged lady coming out. Not with privileged lady coming out. I'm telling you, listen. So I feel like really make sure, and I feel like that's another situation as well. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's going to get a little all over the place with how the communication comes through, but I'm here for it. So and I'm really gathering that it's just not a despair type of energy. I feel like it's not about something not coming through for someone, and it's not about, someone not having the freedom or being free to do what they choose. I feel like it's been a lot of hard work to put something or someone in this energy of bad faith and bad health, and I feel like it's just not what it is, and it's not working. I told someone that like the drug use and the way we do these rituals and all this stuff is just not as potent as it used to be, and that's something we really need to see for what it is. Something is not as strong as they have been trying to make it out to be, and that's why whatever someone is still holding on to when it comes to a relationship and how they have to show up is based off of how they see themselves. It's based off of how they actually want to be presented to the world. It has nothing to do with the next person or the other person. That's very interesting. Yeah, what false person? Oh my gosh. I feel like we had a lot of expectations that, more people would be, keyed on still seeing things in the same manner when it comes to a relationship or a imprisonment of some sort. Now we could read it as someone is in despair because they are within this like lockdown type of energy, and they don't have a lot. Everyone is just looking at them, and they're making it appear like there's no help available, or you know you can't work here, or you can't be a part of this. But I feel like with you being, or with the energy being, in this privileged graceful energy, it really is false whatever is being projected into the energy. And that even goes for trying to make it appear like you're in this imprisonment type of energy. I feel like it's really all within the mind. It really is all within the mind, and it has nothing to do with another person, but whatever you are allowing when it comes to the frequencies of not letting things go, of not being upfront with what you are doing, when it comes to trying to put other people in this imprisonment feeling, or in actually prison, but it's definitely, I'm reading it for what it is. Yeah, with courthouse and family room. It's like it's nothing more or nothing less. And I feel like it's justice for those right now. Justice is being served for those that actually is upfront, that actually understands what's going on, that don't need to do the charades and have the disguises to get their point across. It's actually what it is are you delivering? Why are you delivering this? And how is it going to help the next phase of your own life? Not even the whole collective, not even the people that surrounds you, but how whatever you are doing going to affect your next phase after this moment is done. And I feel like, oh well, how it's gonna affect is it's gonna make it seem like I'm still stuck to a motherfucker. A motherfucker still got me on lock. A motherfucker still got me making me look like I gotta do this and I gotta do that. When not, no, no, and it's not being even looked at like that at all. Well, not by who matters, right? It might look like that to a lot of false people that, mentally cannot comprehend that you're free. Like you're actually free, I mean, we all still show up for these things. Just like, I mean, even me, like I was telling on my other channel, I was saying that, I'm gonna give myself to the end of the year to quit my job, right? Or my second job, because I don't want to mentally put myself in this cycle of needing to work every single weekend. Like it just needs to stop. Now, if I will stay doing it, but I said, oh well, and then today I'm like, nah, I'm a I'm probably just going to give myself to the end of June, and then I'll just let the job go, because I really want to enjoy my summer. But it's like that's the same type of energy that I'm feeling like, whether you stay doing something or you don't do it, it has nothing to do with anyone else. Like I have the freedom to quit something if I so choose, or I have the freedom to continue on. If I want to continue to give my energy in this way, it can't be looked at as, me being silly or me being foolish of any sort, because at the end of the day, this is exactly what I want for myself. So you have to see that for what it is. And that's why I told you all to stop trying to invest in things that actually doesn't benefit you at all. It just doesn't. And it just shows the lack of self accountability that those that really have to put on a mask and disguise things for what they are be. And that's just what it is. So I'm just saying, be careful, and make sure that you are staying in your energy at all times. That's the biggest thing. And I feel like that's the despair that's going on, because someone already, like way before something was presented in a certain manner, already had chose what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. And it had nothing to do with the people that has to show up in ways, and then still years later, 8 years later, 9 years later, they still crying about the same thing. They still delivering basically the same type of energy. And with that, it had nothing more to be given, so someone chose something completely different. I feel like it really shows who's like the leader, and who's just, being led. And with how people communicate, with how people show up, with how people really orchestrate things to be, it shows who's leading and who's being led. I feel like, don't allow for yourself though to be in any energy of despair when it comes to, ending out things on your own behalf or for your own behalf. Okay. Feel like, yeah, it's something. I told someone that though, with the expectation, yeah, with the expectation of something going in someone's favor, as a false person, that was not going to work. It wasn't, because somebody had already already had left something, someone also. It's like when you see that we aren't even patient with ourselves, and we really we like to steal, and you just be here with me, not actually steal, but we will get a gang of people to take from energy before actually giving anything. It definitely just stamped something to be what it is. And I feel like whoever is on the opposite end of trying to take rather than to give is gaining tremendous abundance at this time. Okay. And it's in a very profound recognition type of energy. It's like you have to see that for what it is, and it's putting everybody that is false, that we use our bodies, we use what's disguised, we use our mouths and our tongues to just do any and everything, and really we aren't even the safe haven for it, not even themselves. They are not the safe haven for themselves, so they take and they take and they take. You gotta be here with me though. Make it make sense for yourself, because it's always gonna make sense for me. Yeah, it's like something, yeah, it's like toil and labor is not hard work. Like someone definitely understands their position, and they just work hard because that's just what's been embedded into them as an individual. They want to work hard, they probably are a workaholic, to a certain degree. And I feel like separating from a certain energy that always tried to make it seem like that wasn't who they were really highlighted that about themselves, that they actually have the drive, they actually have the energy, they actually have these things that about themselves that was kind of like tucked away because someone else. And that's another thing with toil and labor. I feel like before someone could even be comfortable being in this privileged lady type of energy, they actually had to work really hard to see that you cannot really rely on anyone else, although it's you, and you're the person that should be gracefully moving throughout life. But you still have to see that people steal things from the privileged lady based off of the privileged lady not having that work ethic, not having that drive to be more than just privileged to get this and to gain that through the inheritance of it all. So I feel like that was something that really needed to happen in a particular situation, so that the potential of what was new wouldn't be false based off of just feeling like something needs to be given to them because of who they are, because of what their name is, because of their ranking at all. So I feel like that you should be proud of yourself if you feel like that's your energy, that you worked really hard to maintain and to really get out of this labor type of mindset where you have to do it. You can't adjust your lifestyle to where it's not you just having to do over the top shit to look a certain way. So I like that, actually. I really like that a lot. No, they said no, somebody still is in concern because the great fortune is what it is. But I don't know, child. I feel like you have to be careful. I feel like I heard somebody say that they were being lied on, and I don't think that's the case. I just don't. But that's just me. I'm just picking up the energy for what it is. Um I'm just picking up the energy for what it is, and it definitely doesn't have to be anything but what I'm feeling, right? It could just very much be what I'm feeling, but I'm also definitely seeing that this is something that everyone is really struggling with, in a certain in different ways, but it's definitely something that we all are struggling with. How about that? It's like, don't make it seem like you are being forced to do anything, or you still in this, imprisonment when you choose to get up and go to this job, you choose to participate in this, you choose to watch that, you choose. And if that's the imprisonment of it all, then that's what it is. But it's definitely not someone else. If it's the echo of what someone made you feel like you had to do, then how do you, as being an individual, get out of it? Do you still show up in the same manners and say, well, oh, this person, this thing pays my bills, so I must have to do it? That's where it was like trying to, take or, steal that faith based living, you know. Having more faith will really help you to see that you have everything you need. You have more than enough, and you don't have to hold on with the hopes that you will be seen for something greater, or someone else will be seen for something, less than, based off of how you behave as an individual. But yeah, um, I'm just here. I wanted to see how this was going to play out. hmm With occupation. Yeah, I feel like that was the thing. Somebody really was working really hard though. Like really hard. And I mean so hard that, you know, maybe I don't think it ever made itself appear like they was getting ahead at all, but the lack of caring about what a particular relationship would would bring, when these are the behaviors that you're known for. Show us something different, and then maybe you can get a motherfucker to really start to be like feeling like something is really in ruins. You're known for this, so you can never really affect anyone in a certain manner to try to see less than what they already know the truth to be for themselves. So when you and your partner and partners all come together to try to bring some type of despair or disgrace to something that someone is keyed on achieving within their life, within their career or occupation, it just like let this hard times pass, and then we'll continue on. It's kind of like, and that's why I'm trying to get you to see that it's not, imprisonment is really, yeah, it's really that. It's really just, you all just, you don't even see the timing of things, so that, you know we, and no, they don't have the control over the house because of that, because the face of it was already, shown. But it's like you have to see that with time and someone staying focused on what they are delivering to the collective, it is really beneficial. The things that, if you have to be the face of something, and it's chaotic and confusing, and all it is bitterness and holding on to past grievances and stuff, you can never truly internally affect what is happening on a grand scale. So, now, if half of that isn't the truth, and we're just allowing things to be based off of someone not even actually being in a relationship with someone, then that's a whole, yeah, that's a whole different situation. I don't even want to touch on that, honestly, because if someone wasn't even in the relationship with someone to begin with, and they still try to make it seem like they have more fortune or great fortune than what they had, then that's even more of a reason why nobody should have been in any energy of feeling like something is in ruins at all. It's like, what the fuck? Ooh, chill. But anywho, we just, yeah, I listen and I pay attention, but I also don't try to, because it all stemmed from the things that we hear and that we think we know, and also what was being posted, and the hidden realms of it all, and the hidden realms of it all. So being able to see what was going on in the hidden realms of it all, it was like, oh, well, if we're going to do that and we're going to have all this up there, then these, or not these, but this specific person is going to be the first person. Because if you're saying that this is your partner and you two are in this together, then that's who we're going to target before we try to target anyone else, based off of trying to, end things out, trying to make it appear like people are in prison or people are mentally challenged, when the energies that you put out, whether it's really your energy or it's someone else energy, but you have some type of control over how they show up in this world. So you have to see that for what it is. But yeah, we only like bosses. We really do. We only fuck with bosses. We really have no time. And I feel like somebody worked really hard to maintain that stance, and their decision making from this point on is based off of understanding who they truly are and the people that they surround themselves with. And if you aren't, a real boss, you really don't get any type of attention. You really get looked at as somebody in toil and labor. You could be a boss and be working really hard, but it's a mindset, it's a frequency, it's how you move. It's not even about the 9 to 5, because you can be an entrepreneur and actually not be a boss. You can have a mansion, and you can have the freedom of financial security, but and not actually be a boss. You just have to see these things for truly what they are, and that's where the patience come in. Yeah, I actually like that. I can't wait to do angel guide oracle readings again. I'm kind of becoming more, you know anxious to do angel guide oracle readings, because I see the behaviors and the ranking of people. I don't really look for what looks good on the outside or what sounds good. It's definitely an energy, and it's definitely, can you comprehend what I am comprehending without me even needing to be a part of any of it. And how you communicate is how you communicate for those that actually get it. Hmm. But yeah, so anywho, I feel like that was a whole situation though, where someone really wanted you to stop focusing on what you have going on. And since you haven't stopped focusing on what you need to do and not being mad at the things that, when you don't have a purpose, or you don't feel like you have a purpose, you can be swayed to do pretty much anything. You can show up, you could be cutting down trees and don't even need to. You can be made to do some shit, bitch. It's like, and somebody's focus is just not on how people show up. It's about who you are, your energy you are giving off, and what's the intention here? What's next? Could I read what's next without you even needing to say anything to me? Because as you know, And that's a real gift to be able to comprehend something without fully being able to watch it. And then having to force yourself to watch it because you don't want to always be right. You don't want to always know all the answers because that shit right there is dangerous. That shit right there can get you taken off the board real fast. Just ask Albert. Albert, he's a special one. He's a special one that we all should have really taken our time with a little bit more. That's a very sad situation. But when you know too much, it is what it is. And the drugs, bro, the experimental drugs and the actual drugs is a big issue, and I know the shamans and all of the people, they use these drugs to reach a different frequency, but at the same time, the addiction to knowledge, the addiction to feeling more and having more really takes a toll on the whole generation. That it really takes a toll. We do these experiments and we use our science and we use our our shaman like energy to dictate how things flow, and it really just crashes. So you have to see that for what it is, okay? But yeah. And I do feel bad though for the couple, who I thought was a couple, because it's coming in right now in this present moment that they're not the couple. But I thought that they were the couple only because I'm not invested. I'm just not invested, child. I don't be invested in this shit. But I see now that, oh, not the couple. Mm. But they play a role, so we respect everybody. We respect everybody. They give those unexpected incomes, those unexpected gifts. They will that's yeah. So, you know, but that was also why someone but I was just thinking like, I don't want to say anymore about what I'm feeling. But yeah, I say just be careful, okay? Continue on. Don't let people get you out your hookup, child. Stay focused on your occupation, okay? Stay focused on your occupation with message of concern. God damn. Mm, just stay focused. Just stay focused. Yeah, just stay focused. Stay focused. Cause this is it's happening, whether someone likes it or not. It's like just stay focused. That I guess that presence or that meeting was unexpected. That wasn't expected to happen, but it was expected for who it was actually meant for. Hey, I don't know. Listen, I be thinking that everybody has these things. That's why I don't be believing nothing. I be like, okay, if you come out and you make it seem like, what I don't want to use this person as an example because they annoy the fuck out of me. Like we're really not on good terms right now. So I don't even really want to like use this person as an example. So I'm just trying to just like get away from that. But you can't say something and you already had like how many years, how many decades to set the tone for what was, and then here I am as being newly entered into this whole situation, and I feel the things that would probably be the same thing that another person is feeling. So if you saying that you have 10 children, right? Let's just use that. If you're saying that you have 10 children, when you present something to the collective, all 10 of these children are going to react. And that's why I just be like, oh, well, I mean, I can't be the only one to be reacting in this way. If you're saying and you're putting yourself out there as you having all these children that shows up for you based off of what your energy is able to do, then it be just like what it is. But I feel like this last, this newly this meeting that just happened was unexpected for some people, but it wasn't unexpected for who it truly was for. And that's something that we actually, have to take into consideration when choosing the direction for yourself. Not saying that it's true or it's false, but actually understanding that we all have these things, and we all, you know and that's why you still feel like you are mentally tied to something, someone mentally have you showing up in a certain way and doing things in a certain way, because of all the things that makes you feel like you're still attached to them when they speak or when they show up. And that's something that, I can't help you get out of that, but I hope you definitely are understanding why that is. Take what resonates and leave it doesn't. Just take what resonates and leave it doesn't. So I know. Yeah, I saw the Five of Cups and the Hangman as a big concern. But you get what you want. You asked for forgiveness, right? I mean, whether it was through another, or whether it yeah, whether it was through another, or you really, you know, was trying to just, play around, you still, your energy was felt. So even if you got five other people that could possibly speak for you, it was still your energy that was asking for the forgiveness, that was asking for the protection. And now you have what you want, now you have that. So that's what it is. It has nothing to do with it not being what you thought it was, or it actually being everything that you thought it would be. You get what you want because this person, they are keyed on helping you and being there for you. And that's beautiful in itself, but at the same time, it it might bring a lot of concern to those that actually knew more and wasn't basing it off of the love and the respect of who, what your energy was given, versus all the things that is said about who someone is. So you have to see that for what it is. You have to see it for what it is. Yeah. And someone is not who they thought that they were. That's another thing. I told someone that before. We would rather see these babies before we see ourselves. We would rather see this person toting around a whole ass child before we see ourselves, when we know that it's false in and out. So it's like when we condition our minds to be like that, you're going to always feel like you're in some type of imprisonment, because based off of just the foolishness of not even seeing that this is a grown ass individual. So to even think for 1 second that this could possibly be a child is a whole different situation in itself. So, and it's just not that, is it? But we'll see. Oh, what time is it? 2:15. I'm almost I'm gonna get married in 6 months. Child. Mm-mm. Hopefully not to somebody that's false. That's all I ask. Hopefully not to somebody that's false. Or someone that always needs to be in the four of fucking swords. Where they're constantly feeling like they need to know. Let me stop, let me stop, let me stop. But I feel like I was getting the Emerald Tablet activation. Okay, so here, take this, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I feel like you retreating and recharging from doing something is actually going to work out in your favor more than you probably realize. Okay, I feel like please do not be in any vengeful type of energy. I feel like continue to use your knowledge and wisdom to help yourself and others. I feel like you don't need to be the dictator of how things end out in someone else's life. Just make sure you are staying true to yourself and you are ending things out for yourself. I feel like the prayer and how you pray is definitely recognized on a lot of different levels, and that's like the full length of what is needed from a certain energy. And I feel like it's important to see that for what it is, but don't, no one should be relying that heavily on anything. Yeah, especially when it comes to making decisions for yourself. If it's a potential, it's a potential, but you can't be in any energy of falseness and think that the prayer is going to show up for you, and the prayer is going to really help you out of some type of mental um delusion you are within. Okay, I feel like something isn't available for everyone to comprehend or everyone to see, and you have to understand that for really what it is. Why the four swords flip out? Yeah, with the seven of swords. It's like something is not, and something is not the truth. I feel like, and it has a lot to do with the cut, with that initial cut, that initial cutting. It was designed to keep the idea of being in prison, of not gaining justice, of not really really having this faith that I didn't even need to ever attach myself to something in a certain way, but a lot is stemmed from that initial cut. And it's like, yeah, was that Rod Stewart song? I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart. And she's taking just all that I have. But if you wanna try to love again. And that's kind of what that is to, that initial cut really was like, like really stuck on trying to have someone lose hope and things being better for them, making them, feel like a failure, always needing like working two jobs every single day of the week. Like you can't adjust your life and what you have going on to actually not have to work like this. Like it's just a lot that comes from that initial cut. And the babbling and the slander that goes on, and them constantly, or energy constantly, feel like they have to deliver these messages of concern, and they disguise it as hope, as really, you will eventually get your person, you have to see the potential of this. You are the privileged lady, but you working. I mean, and working, it don't, like I said, it don't matter if you are seven figures or you only making 20,000 a year. You're working for this. Like, I mean, working. What's this family room with despair and occupation with the hermit? Yeah. It's like, oof. I feel like some of you had already gained the spiritual enlightenment on something. I feel like be cautious with how you move externally, in this external world from yourself, right? Be cautious with that, but at the same time, make sure that you are seeing a disguise of even that for what it is, because there's a layer of you know there's a layer to that needs to be what it is, so that you are not always presented as being vulnerable, but you have to see even the disguise in that. I feel like fear should not be welcomed at all, just like death shouldn't be welcomed at all. But you know it's the yin and the yang. It needs to be there so that you can stay focused on making sure that the tensions within yourself isn't being dismissed by understanding who you are and why you have to do things in this way. I feel like a lot is being punished as well for not cooperating with what was already shown. I feel like someone, yeah, oh, I didn't know that. But I feel like someone, especially someone important, doesn't like to have to show up in a certain manner. Like they just do not like it. Like they don't like it. So when they have to, you bet your ass that it's going to be a lot of this shutting things down based off of them having to come out in a certain manner. So, and that's fair, in my opinion. That's fair, you know. Exactly, because I was even saying that too. Y'all got all these people just speaking on things. But anywho, what's this hermit here with the tower and the Ten of Pentacles? Yeah. So I feel like you have to see that for truly what it is. I feel like something still needs to be extracted from your energy, though. I feel like it's gonna help you gain a sense of clarity, though. It's like either one or two more things that is significant to a certain pressure point of your being that will actually help. Just be patient with that, though. I I wouldn't go trying to you know if you can't do something in the time frame that you feel like it's appropriate, just remember that everything has a higher purpose and it will happen when it's supposed to happen. Mm, don't be upset, though. It is just what it is. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I feel like the loss of respect is just based off of someone constantly showing up in their true light, in their true form, and not seeing that be reflected through what you or someone else is delivering, but yet it's expected for them to respect that's how you have to behave and endure your life cycle. So you have to see that for truly what it is. We don't want to let go because we feel like there's no end to this, but there is actually, and that's the lies there, that's the manipulation, and that's the deceit, that we are the ones, and really we are, because y'all gonna constantly show that we hurt, we praise, we give these recommendations and these unexpected incomes just as much as we take and we take and we take. So, what's this total labor and reverse message of concern with privileged lady with the emperor? Yeah. I feel like just continue to be wise. I feel like someone really is being convicted for the right reasons at this time. I feel like something is not invisible, okay? And something has a lot more compassion. So just understand that the compassion is really what it is, okay? I feel like there's reason behind this move that just was made. So see that for what it is. I feel like it might have brought a lot of confusion though to that whole passion aspect of things. That passion aspect of things has really torn the minds and the hearts up in a very significant manner. But it's it is what it is. I mean, is either we're going to completely end out something, or we're going to just just extract what needs to be extracted to release the pressure of it all, or this preconception of what it is. So you have to see that for truly what it is. I feel like somebody's big on giving credit where credit is due as well. I feel like that's another situation. They were just trying to give credit where credit is due. Because, boy, when you just be doing stuff, you really aren't able to see it. So, yeah, with the Ace of Cups clarifying the Emperor. That's what I was saying though. When you are known for the vengefulness and the arrogance of it all, you really aren't an intimidation to someone that is actually above all that, to someone that has the patience and the compassion and the mercy, the reasoning behind things like that. That's not an intimidation for you to still just be doing things. Yeah, that's why he could pull a gun on someone and then make it seem like he was about to shoot somebody in the face, but yeah, that wasn't the scare, that wasn't a scare, that's not really what it is. You have to see that like deeply. Certain things is not, when you're known to be something, you are accepted for that. You show us something different, show up differently, and then maybe you will start to intimidate the hearts and the minds. Maybe. But until then, it is what it is. It's like, okay, this is what you deliver. This is what you give. This is it for you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But yeah. Mm, I feel like this privileged lady though, the contentment. Sorry, y'all, my legs. I could be sitting crisscross applesauce. But this privileged lady, they there's a lot that, yeah. And I feel like somebody already had known that. That's why it was like, oh, things are, yeah, I won't say it. Oh, I won't do it like that. But just see the abundance for truly what it is. But someone does not like the whole mutation type of energy, cutting on yourself and trying to appear to be somebody else and looking like other people and all that type of stuff. This privileged lady is not. They and then it's like the masculine energy that backs them is like even more headstrong into that. So it's like I feel like that's the intimidation of it all. Like, anywho. But yeah, I feel like you have to see things for what they are. And also see your stability for what it is. You don't gotta work that hard, babe. I'm telling you what I know. All this working hard like that, getting all tired, you can't even enjoy the sunshine and your time alone because you working all the time and you ain't even making nothing from this. And then you gotta do all this. It's like it's too much for what you are doing. And I mean, I'm big on learning, right? I learn from everything and everyone. If I wasn't learning something, I wouldn't participate in something. That's just what I am. That's just who I am. If I if I didn't think I will get something out of going back and rewatching something 4 or 5 times, I wouldn't do it because that's just who I am. But at the same time, it's like, geez Louise, I do not have to work that hard. And I feel like that's something you have to tell yourself. You do not have to work that hard to achieve any type of goal, like at all. Not the what I'm feeling, right? And I feel like this is toil and labor that has ended within a relationship because that was false. Oh, I'm working. Look at me. Or I have the freedom. Look at me. And it's the total opposite. It's the total opposite because you can look like you have it all and you are working. You can look like you have nothing and you have it all. So you have to see the reason behind things and see how life adjusts as you let things go and let things be what they are. You'll see. Ooh, let's do this last little bit. What's this marriage with courtship and false person here? With the star and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like it's like a decision to leave out the whole mindset of of making everyone think that they have an opportunity to be a part of something that isn't true, that isn't upfront, that doesn't really give you the freedom of the mind to begin with. So I feel like there's a lot that's being left out, and I feel like if it doesn't really help strengthen your marriage and your commitment, it really needs to be evaluated and reevaluated. And that comes from like indulging or in being invested in the dramas of it all with the drama kings and the drama queens. Sometimes you really have to retreat to just see that it's all just based off the passion of it all. It's all just based off of what used to be, why we used to do things in this way, or the actual imprisonment of it all. Because a lot happens in prison, right? In the men and the women prisons. A lot happen in prison. So when a lot is going on, where you are still being watched. I mean, don't even you're still being watched and you're still being seen in prison, but there's a lot going on. So then we bring those stories to the world, those feelings, those emotions. You just participating in it. What's this start with the 5 of Pentacles? Well, I sure didn't see nobody drop yet. So you look like you're just participating in it. What's this eight of cups, or is eight of cups with the three of wands? Okay. So if you're saying you are not participating in it, then fully walk away from whatever it is. Just have the moment. No, look, no, I ain't saying nothing. I'm look at this point. I just talked for all over an hour, child. I just talked for over an hour. I don't even care. I'm just saying what I'm feeling. Make sure that the happiness is what the happiness is. If it's not contributing to strengthening your marriage and your true divine connection with yourself and someone else, or your community, family, just please let it go. And if you I don't want to say too much because I'm not trying to get another strike on my channel, so we just gonna suggest that you handle your business and stop making it appear like we're all talk. As you say there's no time or day. So if there's no time or day, things needs to be walked away from today, right now, in this second. And stop waiting around to, I don't even know, maybe for the hope that, you know, whatever it could be. Woo. Hmm. So you guys just be careful. Well, they, I feel bad for people. The- Oh no, I'm so sorry. Mm, 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 mm. So just these three cards right here, as I would to go lift it up. I'm just saying, y'all. Mm, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I feel so bad. See, I thought everybody had what I just. I'm gonna end this live. Mm, I feel. Oh my god. I feel like don't doubt what you know about a situation, and also just yeah. This is how people. Mm-hmm. Because it's still based off of you. I feel like this is a completely different approach to anything that anyone had been indulging in within the past, right? Just based off of who the person is and everything that we know that we can contribute. There's a lot of smart people. There's 8 billion of us. So I'm not trying to make it seem like someone is more valuable than the next, but I'm saying how some if it's, the options of things being something different than what one thought it could be, you have to see that, you know choosing what's best for you will be that, and everything else needs to respect that, or then that's where prison come in. So I feel like somebody's gonna be really heartbroken when they have to stay stuck in the prison that they built for themselves, behind someone making a decision to stay or to go. That's just kind of what I see because the passion of it all just really has fueled the mind. But wow, so you mean to tell me? Child. See, that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. And yeah, that's where we at with that situation. Like I said, we're not on good terms right now because I cannot handle the stupidity at all. So I'm gonna just go ahead and let that be what it is. And yeah, I feel like everybody got what they wanted, right? You wanted to be called on, they wanted to call on you, and now it's just like, well, it wasn't what it was playing out to be because at the end of the day, I will always be the shadow. Someone will never actually show up. And then even when they do show up, it's not ever really what it is. It's a lot of off balance energy. It's a lot you having to show your ass and you having to show your energy in a way that you don't even you should have been grown out of that. Like you should have been grown out of it. It's like for you to even feel like you have to do that based on helping someone else or showing up for someone else just goes to show the lack of respect that you actually have for yourself. So, but yeah, that's what I said. We would rather see these babies before we goddamn see ourselves. 'Cause if you saw yourself, you would have been showing up in a completely different manner. Now, wouldn't you have? You wouldn't be showing up thinking that you still getting ahead of something when that's actually you. That's the part where it just confuses the fuck out of me. But that's not neither here nor there, y'all. Let me go ahead and go ahead on. And I will see you all really soon. Really, really soon. I don't want to get too comfortable on this channel because I won't be over here for too long. I love this channel though. It's still home. It was my first channel, but I like my other channel too. And um it's a different energy like this, like this. I don't even talk like this on my other channel. I don't feel. This is different. These is people are still battling with, past addictions and all sorts of stuff. You are welcome. It's just like, but be careful. Please take what resonates and leave it doesn't. I know that it was probably really all over the place, but wow. Mm, that just shocked the hell out of me. Something I just figured out. So I'm gonna just let this be. Till next time.